Hey guys, welcome to Lutapod, the podcast that proves sport isn't just for the boys.
That's right, we're here to laugh, run, or maybe even inspire to pick up a ball. Or not, no pressure.
I'm Sylvia,
I'm Anika.
woman in sports.
Say less, we're already here.
Welcome back to Lutapod.
So you might be wondering, what is Lutapod? Lutapod is a spot for young women and girls to share their sports journeys, whether it's the high, the low, or the hideous part in between.
Each episode, we bring in a very special guest to keep it real and to remind everyone of the females in sports. This week, we have
Nilmi! Hi!
Hi.
How are you feeling today?
Yeah, great. I feel good. I'm relaxed.
good.
I've got my tea and I'm on a beanbag. I'm happy.
It's sunny outside, it's shining, guys.
Yes.
Let's get it started.
So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Okay, so my name is Nilmi Senaratna and I am a professional Muay Thai fighter. I have been training in pro sports for the last 10 years. But I've been in fight gym since I was 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
I also own my own fight brand, which is primarily a high quality clothing brand, but it also promotes fighters from vulnerable populations, people of color, or underrepresented groups. And so, yeah, I promote them through media, sponsorship, opportunities to connect them to fight gyms and fight promotions, and yeah, so that's kind of who I am. So I own my own brand. I'm let's say a sports promoter, but I'm also a fighter myself.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really interesting.
Are we gonna start with our icebreaker? Go, you say it.
Okay, so what is the best post meal you have had after your fight in Thailand?
So it's a hard one because generally we have such a strict diet for fighting.
Can I just say, because the audience doesn't know that you've been to Thailand, so maybe start like from where and when you went to Thailand and then go to that.
Okay, so I went to Thailand 3 months ago to train and fight professionally. So I was obviously fighting in the UK for about 4 or 5 years and training in the UK for 7 years. But I went there to fight pro. And on being in Thailand, you have to follow a strict diet to hit weight categories in pro fight sports. So it's always the same meal, basically, and you talk to a nutritionist. So after my fight, I always go with like a bunch of 7-Eleven snacks. Everyone who's been to Thailand knows that 7-Eleven is a big thing, and you just go there and you eat all the snacks that are there. It's not a meal. It's just a bunch of different types of food. It's like ice cream, like these sushi triangles. It's like just random things that you put together and you just eat it all. And that was so satisfying after being so strict for so long.
Yeah. It must feel good to be able to.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you have like after every session or like right at the end?
No, at the end of fight camp. So during fight camp, it's very strict. You can't eat outside the meals that your nutritionist tells you to eat. So you have to eat protein macros, you have to hit certain calories in the day, and you cannot go outside of that. You can't go even 10 calories outside of what you're supposed to eat. Oh, wow. And then you have to weigh in for the fights, of course, and then fight, yeah.
So what about if you're like craving something or like?
No, I mean, unless you're ready to give up. Yeah, unless you're ready to give up like a meal, like you can't eat an ice cream. It's very strict. I think the hardest part about fighting is actually the nutrition. It's not even the training and things like that. It's the mindset but also the nutrition factor.
That must be so hard.
Yeah, it is.
I can never do that.
You can.
I mean, I could if I tried to. If I really wanted to.
Yes, exactly. That's the point.
How long were you there for?
I was there just for 3 months this time, but I'm going to go back again.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. So end of this month, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing some admin here, and I did London Fashion Week, and then so I'm gonna go.
Okay, so
back.
you're a hairstyler, right, as well?
I'm a hairstylist as well. Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, because we're just looking at you, and then we just like you have so much going on. We just didn't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a business person, so I'm a typical entrepreneur. I think I'm really multifaceted. I know that we talked. Well, I mean, we'll get into the questions, but.
Okay, so for people meeting you for the first time, how would you introduce yourself? Because you're a Muay Thai fighter and you're also a hairstylist. So how would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so as I said, like I am multifaceted. I'm an entrepreneur. I just build around my passions. So for me, I just tell people, I'm an entrepreneur. I love building around my passions. I like to be creative, but I'm also very focused on two different things. So one is the hairstylist, and when I'm in the salon or I have my own private clients, so when I'm around those private clients, I'm a hairstylist, right? I introduce myself as a hairstylist. But when I'm in the ring, I'm the fighter. When I'm in front of you guys, I'm the fighter and promoter. So it really depends on my audience. But definitely, if it's just a general person, I just tell them I'm a mixed bag and I'm
Definitely.
multifaceted. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense, because it's like two completely different things. Like,
Yeah,
it just
absolutely.
doesn't mix, but
Yeah.
you made it work.
Yeah,
You
it
made
doesn't
work.
mix. I think like a normal person probably would have done one and then like built that really like up to a certain level and then done the other one. But I felt like I didn't have that amount of time to be like waiting for one to be successful and to do the other.
Okay, fair
I think in fight sports you have to go when you have to go when you're ready, and also there's a you have to just go when you feel ready, basically, and you have the mindset for it. There's also an element of, hair is a business for me, and it makes me money. So that helps me then fight and pay for fighting. So it's all interconnected, even though it's from different sectors, if that makes sense. But both of them are very much my passions. I mean, I was doing people's hair since I was young, and I've been fighting since I was young. So for me, it just made sense to build my revenue around that.
But it's really interesting that you have different things going on. Like, even you're not just like, so focused on one thing. You have different hobbies and different things going on for yourself.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
Exciting.
So, what was the moment you realized that Muay Thai wasn't just a hobby anymore? And what's your experience with that so far?
So for me, Muay Thai was actually never a hobby. So like, as I said, like since I was 5 years old, I've been in fight gyms. Like I grew up in fight gyms. I was training 3 to 4 times a week since I was 5 years old, So, and then I was coaching by the time I was 13. I coached until I was like 19. I was teaching adult classes. Like it's been a part of my lifestyle and a part of who I am. So it's never really been a hobby. It's where I built my confidence. It's where I like became who I am today. Like it's how I built myself as a person as well. And I learned all my life skills and discipline in fight gyms. So for me, it's never really been a hobby. When I was 19, I wanted to compete in karate, and my mom was like, no, because, we're immigrants. We can't just go and like do our creative passions right away. I'm 37 right now. So, at 19, I wanted to compete. Yeah. I wanted to compete at 19 years old. My mom was like, not in a bad way, but we are immigrants to Canada. So she was like, we just can't. Like, we don't have the money. We can't go that direction. We can't do it creative. We can't do a creative job. It's just not in us. We have to go and work. So for me, it was like I had to choose a path. I was actually playing premier football, like soccer as well. So I had to pick one path. And it actually ended up being just going to uni, focusing on my studies. I have a degree in science. I have a master's degree. Like I went into like finance for like 6 years. That's why I was working and living in Senegal. And after doing all of that, I realized there was something missing in my life, and that was that connection back to fight sports. And that's why I went back into it. Now, this time when I went back into it, I was like, I am not coaching, I am not teaching, I am not doing anything else except fighting for myself. And so I was 26, and I just said, I'm going back into it because I want to compete now. Because at 19, I wasn't, not allowed, but my mom just said, like, this is not where we can go. Like, we just didn't have that option, So then it was like, everybody leave me alone. I've done what society has told me to do until this point. And now I just want to do this for myself. And it ended up being just going straight into competition, straight into competing, finding ways to get to the top, basically, and show my skills, especially since a lot of people that are getting into the sport now, they don't necessarily have the base that I had. I have 15 years of karate. I have a second-degree black belt in karate. I then did K1 for 3 years and now Muay Thai for 7 years, So like, I just wanted to show people that and just compete and just get to the top. Yeah, as fast as possible.
You literally did everything.
Yeah, you've done
Yeah.
You did finance, science, styling, martial arts.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Everything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
I mean, it
is-
keeps me busy.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. Instead of just
keeps
like
me
sitting there
busy.
doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I heard you recently moved to UK, right?
It was 7 years ago that I moved to
7.
London.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I've
Cool.
been here 7 years. I just got
So from
citizenship.
Canada, right?
From
Yeah.
so I was living in Senegal before for 6 years. Yeah, but I was in Canada and then I moved to Senegal and then I moved here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was it like to move to the UK? Like, do you face any special challenges along the way?
Yeah, definitely. Like I felt like I moved to the UK because I thought it was when I was in West Africa, I wanted to go back to sort of the culture that I knew. I was like speaking French all the time and obviously it was Senegalese culture and I had some things that I wanted to learn. I wanted to maybe move to a city and you know, change a little bit. So I chose London because it's very similar to Canadian culture in a sense, right? So I came here, but it was actually very different. And so it was still good, but just different, you know? I definitely had challenges. People didn't know who I was, like in Canada, they know who I am.
Okay.
You know, I had to kind of build myself up from scratch. I also didn't know anyone. I had like one friend, you know, so I had to build myself up from scratch. I didn't know any of the gyms. No one knew that I was a fighter. So that's also part of why I started my own promotion was to support other fighters who are in the same position as me who may not be known now but deserve to be known because I've seen their skills and they're really good but they just don't have the opportunity or media attention on them. And so I actually was in pro promotions for about I think it was 5 years, 2 of the top promotions in London, and I was never promoted. So, you know, I was maybe for them on the tail end of my career, you know, like for them, they didn't really see what I saw in myself. And so I actually started my promotion because I was seeing similar fighters in same situation as me, not being promoted, forgotten about, or just not rated. And I was like, but we're good. So I don't understand whether it be that we're women or, you know, women of color or for whatever reason, or I'm not from here, whatever reason it was. Or we just weren't, you know, at the time good enough or whatever. We had to train more. I ended up starting my promotion for that reason. And then I started promoting myself, putting out more media, encouraging other people to put out media and talk about themselves more and show their skills more on camera. And then, that's how I kind of built myself up in a place where no one knew who I was. And that's why I encourage a lot of fighters, like, show what you're training. Like, even if it's just putting the phone on the ground and just taking a video of yourself training, show that. Because then people are like, oh, who's that? You know, because that's what will get you into the top promotions. I
love how much like self-respect you have. Like you know your worth, and you're gonna make sure people know it as well.
Yeah.
It's just very inspiring though.
So,
Like it
thank
really
you.
is. So what's been harder, the physical side of fighting or dealing with people's perceptions of women who fight?
I think the physical side of fighting is always have been easy for me because I've been in sports my whole life. But of course it is challenging. I think mindset more so than physical is harder because you really have to be focused. You can be pulled in so many different directions, especially in London, that you have to really focus on what is my goal and where am I headed. How many times a week am I training? How many times am I doing strength and conditioning? How much am I working with a coach? How much pad work am I doing, etc.? And then focusing on which promotions you want to fight for. But I think the perceptions part is the most challenging. We are women. Again, I'm not from here. Also, just in a predominantly male-dominated sport, we are literally, 0.001, whatever the percentage is, of the, good fighters out there. Because, it's something like 3% of, like, people train seriously in Muay Thai. And then out of that, like, 1% is, like, good.
Yeah.
And then out of that, like, whatever percent is women. So, like, of that, the women who are good, that's a smaller percentage. So for me, it's such a challenge, like, showing people, like, I am actually one of the, top women in the sport, along with the other, 10 who are in the list of top 10. We're UK ranked. So I'm number 10 UK ranked. So there's other ranked fighters, and we're all really good, and we're just trying to prove ourselves to show like, hey, I've got these skills. I want to show them more. And so, yeah, it's been challenging, but I always say like results and performance outweigh any stereotypes or any perceptions. So you just have to continue to be consistent and continue to show up and show them results. And then people just respect you anyways, regardless. So that's what I did. I just ignored all the noise, and I just kept fighting and training and, talking to the right promotions and promoting myself at the same time, taking it into my own hands. And then I was able to, prove who I was to people.
Linking to that, have you ever felt any like discrimination specifically from men towards yourself, and how did you deal with that?
Yeah, so there's definitely an issue in the sport of, like it being a male-dominated sport. There is definitely, this concept that we have to like separate women and segregate women into like safe spaces for them to be able to train Muay Thai. But I think actually the beauty of it comes when all of us can actually collaborate together and work together in gyms and connect together in gyms, whether that be, training the men that are existing in the sector to be more accepting of women in the sport, whether it's also promoting like female coaches, for example, but female coaches that train both men and women, because I always see like female coaches training kids or just women classes. I just don't understand why there's that separation. For me, it's like, if you're a woman that's good at a sport, like I can beat men in the clinch, So why are you putting me just separate? Like, let's just have everyone work together to make this sport safe, make this sport like something that women look forward to going to gyms. There's definitely blockages in terms of it being controlled and dominated by men. There's very limited promotions that are owned by women. I'm one of them. There's like 3 others, and so we need more women to be developing themselves as coaches, like strong coaches. We need more women to be invested in as fighters, but also as promoters. And we also, I feel like we have the confidence to do it. Sometimes we can be blocked. I was blocked many times. But I just said, like, I still want to do it. I'll go around it. I'll find a way. So we just have to make sure that as let's say, the minority in this sport, push forward and push to be heard, basically, and to be seen. And that's how we can change things.
Some people still think that femininity and martial arts don't mix together. So from your own experience, what would you say to that?
So this is like an outdated perception that, softness and femininity go together. But you can be soft and tough. You can be feminine and strong. Like a lot of the people that I know in my life who have done the most amazing things are women, because of their strength, because of their power, because of how they fought for, what they believed in. It's not to separate men and women at all, but it's just to say, like, why do we equate strength and power and discipline and confidence that all come with, like, fight sports with a male persona? Like, it should actually be equating to a female persona as well. It should be connected to the female persona, because women are strong. Women are powerful, So it's like when I'm in business and people say that, we're bossy. But actually, I'm just confident, and I'm telling you exactly what I need from you when I need. Yeah. So I think there's a difference between like perceptions of like femininity and strength, and I think that they're actually one and the same. And you can be all of those things. You can be strong, you can be powerful, you can be soft, you can be feminine. I've got really long hair. I wear makeup, you know. I wear makeup to my fights. Like I love, you know, like I do hairstyling. Like I have like, you know, like I love like fashion, you know.
Doesn't it start melting off? Like
No.
when you sweat? No?
I mean, probably, but
guess
like
you have
waterproof,
like a-
okay?
Really nice
Waterproof
Sainsbury.
makeup. But you know, like it's, you know, it's just why do we separate those things? I don't understand. Like for me, I can look good, I can look feminine. I'm not a man, you know, I'm still a woman, and I can have nails. I always have my nails done, and I'm still fighting. So we can stop like separating those things. I just don't see how they're separate. And again, the strength of women that I know, some of the most powerful, most confident, most strongest people that I know who have fought against adversity, who has fought for their rights, have been women. So for me, just it's an outdated perception. And I think it should change. And I think it has changed. But just in the fight sector, it might seem like, you know, these two things don't go together. But actually, if you see the women in the sport, like they're all very feminine as well, or they're very, you know, like I don't know what it means to be feminine. They're very strong, they're very capable, they're very disciplined and confident. So yeah.
I mean, just to add on to that as well, I feel like I agree with you. Like I feel like I don't know how much it's changed, but like from my own experience, I would say not a lot, because for me, like all of my friends, they still say that anytime I tell them anything about, like, let's say a guy or something, they always bring up the fact that you're not feminine because you do boxing and you go to the gym. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, I literally get my nails done. I literally, like, I might not dress too feminine, but that doesn't mean anything, you know?
Exactly.
And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's an
like,
outdated perception. I think it needs to change now. I think it's like very clearly not true. And I think, right, like because there's so many women getting into the sport. I think like in MMA, it's like a 300%, it's like 3 times the amount of people are trying MMA now, like in the world. Like there's just like so much change, and like we just need to keep up with it, and we need to keep pushing for like this to just not be a narrative anymore. Like when you're, and even promotions, like I get, you know, I talk about this on social media. I'm not quiet on social media. I talk about everything that happens to me on a daily basis on social media. And I just say like, why are we still, you know, hey, we need an 85 kg fighter. Okay, is it female or is it male? Like, why is the narrative only that a fighter is a man? Like, we need to say female or male, because we're just defaulting to something, but the narrative matters. And if you change that narrative, which a lot of promotions have now, because I've spoken up about it, I feel like that was me. But like, I'm just like, it needs to change, because there's so many women getting into the sport now, and in sports in general. So yeah, once that changes, I feel like the default narrative becomes both. Like it can be a female or a male. Yeah.
yeah,
I could go on and on about it.
With my experience, like this random stranger came up to me and he was just asking for directions and stuff like that. And then it was near here actually, because we were near the bus stop. It was me and my friend, right? So he comes up to us and then he just asks for directions, and then he just starts talking randomly and asks like, what are we doing, right? Like, why are we here and this and that? And then we're just like, we just fight, stuff like that. And he's like, you guys fight? You're wearing a hijab. You guys look so innocent. What do you mean? You guys are deceiving us. Excuse me?
Deceiving.
Just because we look innocent doesn't mean you can't fight. Like, as you said, like,
Absolutely.
it does go together. Like, you don't have to be a girl and like not fight.
Yeah.
You don't have to dress a certain way to fight. It just doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean we're deceiving you? Like,
I feel like it really like ruins a man's not ego, but I feel like they feel less dominant. See how guys are like, oh, I want to be dominant because oh, I'm a man and like testosterone and stuff. But like, I'm sorry, but like it's true. And then the moment they find out, oh, you fight, they're like, oh, you're too masculine for me. I want to be the one that's like, I don't even know, man. Men are just that's a bit weird.
Well, no, I think like there's just a movement that women are becoming a little bit more aware of their capabilities, and we're just like doing what we know we can do. And I think that like we all just need to keep up with each other, because there's like such a movement of us being stronger and, you know, being able to do things that we previously couldn't do, perhaps. And then, as you said, like the perception of the person that you're talking to or that's addressing you can be completely different to yours, you know, so you just have to come at it from that angle. Some of it, it's not on us to educate people, but sometimes I just I say that extra thing, like, no, like there's a lot of women now in this sport. That's it, you know, very simply. And then they can go do their research. It's not up to us to educate people on the sport, but it is up to us to just ignore those perceptions and like continue on our path. I don't think, again, it's a he versus she. I think it's just like everyone has their own perception and what they've lived, and they may try to put that on you, but as long as you just see it as noise, which I had to early on as well, then you can just keep like going forward for your goals. And then if you, for example, yourself are fighting, or you yourself are fighting, it's like if people see you continuing to go towards your goal despite all of that, if you just ignore it and literally don't give it any air, you just keep going, if they see you at some of the top promotions later, it's like, hold on a minute, like that is so, you're so unbothered by it.
Yeah.
Like who? Like what corner? Like I don't remember, you know? Like, so you just have to keep going.
Just ignore everything else.
You need to, I can't lie, I do agree with that.
Especially men. Ignore
No, they are. They're so, I don't know, they just keep thinking that, like, the other day,
entitled.
They're so entitled. I swear, like, I was literally just at this party the other day, and then this guy comes up to me, and he's like, trying to get to know me, and he's like, I tell him, like, he asks me what I do, and I'm like, oh, like, I box, and he's like, oh, can you beat me up? Why would I just beat you up? Why would I just
I always get the thing like, oh, punch my hand. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is so uncomfortable for both of us.
I know.
And they don't do that to guys.
They don't. They
Punch my hand as hard as you can. It's like, okay, should we just try your face?
I swear.
You know?
It's so uncomfortable.
So annoying. But anyways, it's a joke.
But it's true though, like what they think. They're just, why would I randomly just punch you? Like what?
It's just ridiculous. I don't know how many times they've asked me to punch their hand, and I'm just like,
what? I know, it's so weird.
It's
like,
really weird.
Okay, back to the questions.
Oh, one more thing is that they will say like, oh, but you're pro. Wait, you're really pro. But like, do you train? Like, no, I'm pro and I just sit around and eat chips. Like, there's so many follow-up questions that I'm just like, it's just so unbelievably out of the realm of what they know. But that's why I always encourage women to keep posting their media, because the more that people are desensitized to this, the more that people, women and men, their perceptions will change, right?
Okay. Has Muay Thai changed the way you see your body or your confidence as a woman?
No, I think like I've never been someone, as much as like I like makeup, I like hair and stuff, I've never been someone who's been like overly obsessed with the way that I look, to be honest. Like I've just like leave the house, like this is like my hair, it's been my hair for like the last 15 years, you know, like it's been blonde and curly, like it's always like this. Like I am who I am. I think it's changed my mindset for sure. Muay Thai makes me more disciplined. Muay Thai makes me more confident and focused on my goals, because in terms of mindset, I am so reliant on training every day and so reliant on just getting that energy out so then I can be more even keeled. So I think in terms of mental health, it's really helped me. Physically, like it's great to have like, you know, be like on point with fitness, but it's not like my main thing. I think it's great for fitness, but for me, it's more a mental health thing.
But like, what about on the days you don't want to train? Like, what keeps you motivated on the days you don't feel like training, or like when life is like really heavy?
Yeah. I think like my brand has played a big role in keeping me focused, because what I do is I promote other fighters, right? So it's almost like they depend on me to keep going. And I really think about other people and like, well, if I stop, then who's going to inspire like the young brown girl that's like not sure if they want to start fight sports or not, or like, what about little Nilmi, you know, like that. So it's like, you know, so it's like really, honestly, you don't see a lot of brown women in fight sports. I've never seen growing up, you know, a Sri Lankan fight champion, like ever. So there's no one that we can look up to and say, hey, like I want to be that person. And so for me, like I had to like be like, even if I wasn't that good, like I was like, I still have to do it because I want to inspire young kids to be able to be who they want to be and like go into the sport. And so I felt like it was like my duty to like inspire others. So on the days that I don't feel good or unmotivated, I mean, just seeing the community that I've built on social media and the people that do follow me and watch my journey, like I kind of can't give up for that reason because I just want to keep inspiring them and like get them into the gym and keep, Muay Thai like a safe space for women, and inspire other people. So I think that's why.
Yeah, I think you obviously you've made yourself very proud because now people look up to you, and I feel like you can define that as a success for yourself.
Yeah.
And how else would you like define success for yourself?
I think for myself, like definitely chasing my goals and achieving them. I think I mentioned to you guys, like with fighting, which is kind of how I push for my brand to be successful. I just set goals. Like London Fashion Week was a big goal for me, and I just, was on the runway at London Fashion Week as like a luxury brand amongst other luxury brands. Like this is crazy. That's the first time that a Muay Thai brand or a fight brand has ever been in luxury environment. So like this was pretty cool. And because I achieved that, I felt happy. So I think success to me is just happiness. Like I have been in jobs where I've been paid a lot of money, but I have not been happy. So money is not a factor to me. It's more about, am I happy? Am I balanced? Are the right people around me? Do I feel motivated every day to wake up and go to work or training? And I think that's what I define success as. And am I, inspiring others around me, and am I treating people with respect and kindness? Because I think that sometimes when you're under a lot of pressure or you're focused on yourself a lot, that can kind of fall by the wayside, and you're kind of like, I will do anything to be successful. But for me, it's that balance of like doing it, but while supporting other people as well. And as you guys know, I do sponsorships in the UK for fighters in the UK. I also sponsor fighters abroad in Senegal, where I was living before. I work with partner organizations like Street Kids for Champions and an organization called Famara Kickboxing Team in Senegal. So like we do a lot of media and sponsorships for those organizations as well. So like as long as I'm supporting other people and happy, then I'm successful, I think.
That's so sweet, man. That's such a nice thing to say.
Happiness is the main factor in life, though. Like, it's not all about money.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world, but then not be happy. So what's the point of having that money?
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. What do you think could be done to make more women and girls take part in sport?
Yeah, so there's so many different things that can be done, which actually I think are currently being done, but are like, there's not enough investment in it and development in it, and it takes a lot of energy and time. So like big respect to the people that are developing female fighters, developing coaches, female coaches, again, who coach both men and women in the same class, So not necessarily separating women from the men and creating those safe spaces. I think that's a good thing as well, but also creating a safe gym and environment for women. So for example, if there are issues that arise in the gym, they should be able to tell someone about it. There should be
Feel comfortable.
Feel comfortable reporting it. I think developing and investing in female coaches and fighters, as I said, sponsorships as well for fighters at top level promotions. I think money is a factor in boxing. There isn't much of it to go around. So just like trying to get investment outside of the sector and bringing it into the sport, I think that's important, but then particularly focusing it on women in the sport. And then, I think also showing small wins. So as I said, like all the women who are going to the gym and doing any sort of fight sport should be putting their phone on the ground and filming themselves as they're doing the training. Because what that does is that inspires other women, right? That inspires a woman that might look like you, and a woman that might look like me or yourself. So it's like just doing your part as well to, inspire other women to be in a sport that traditionally might not be seen as a, women's sport.
I mean, this might be just going deeper into the conversation, but for women who are listening to this right now and who want to be involved in the sport, what is the one thing you'd want them to hear?
the one thing that I want women who are getting into the sport to
If you're
hear.
trying,
Yeah, you just need to start, basically. I think a really good example is the other day I was holding pads for someone and they were like hesitating each time they kicked. And this is such a simple thing, but I was like, just kick it. Stop thinking about it. You're overthinking it. It's just one kick. They're like, and it was like, this 10-second pause before they were just kicking. I was like, just kick the bag. And then by the end, they're like, wow, like kicking so hard and like doing so well. And they're like, no one's ever said that to me. I'm like, yeah, because you're overthinking it. So we need to stop overthinking the fight spaces. We need to stop overthinking our training. Stop thinking that like just because you post a video, like everyone's gonna make fun of you. Just post the video. That's it. Like just do it. I don't know how many videos I post a day. I think it's 3 to 4 videos a day, on my training. And that's how I was seen. That's how people, got me on this podcast probably because people know who I am now. But just do it. Just get in the gym and just start. One practical advice though, I would say if you're anxious about that like space, definitely try to do a one-on-one PT before entering because like I think it's important to get comfortable with the base level skills before getting into a fight gym. It can be daunting, it can be scary. So start, but like if you're super anxious, maybe work with a coach one-on-one for a few sessions and then slowly integrate yourself into that environment.
Yeah, no, it is really important because I feel like some girls and some, not just girls, but obviously some people in general, they're scared to start, but it's like they don't realize once you actually start, you're going to be in it like for a good time because
It's fun.
it's such an
It's just
addictive,
fun.
it is an addictive
very
feeling, though.
addictive, especially if you have goals and even if your goal is just to, hey, I'm going to do one piece of content by the end of the week, like then all of a sudden you're training every day to get better so that you can push out that piece of content, right? If it's like to train at one of the biggest promotions, then okay, you're going to train for a few months and then you're going to try to get into interclubs and you're going to do 5 interclubs and then you're going to get into the promotion, so definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, so you edit your own videos, right?
Yeah, I do all my own videos
So
and
where do
marketing.
you get the time for everything? I just don't
I
get
did
it.
it on the train, like here, for example. I literally do all my own marketing and videos and everything myself with an iPhone. And all the Fashion Week stuff was me. We do have photographers at the event, but like in terms of like any BTS stuff, I do it myself. Everything for my brand, I do it myself. So yeah, but I like doing it. As I said, I like to stay connected. I like inspiring people. I like the sport.
But you're definitely very inspiring. I look up to you.
Everything.
Yeah.
You don't sit around.
And I'm sure a lot of
That's
people
amazing.
that will watch this podcast will look up to you as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because of everything you've achieved.
Trying to be like you. Doing everything.
No, and you should. Like that's what I want. I want to encourage other women and girls to be like the best versions of themselves. Again, you don't have to compare yourself. One thing I will say is like we sometimes compare ourselves to like the top people in the sport. Like, oh, I want to be like the world champion. You don't have to. Like you can literally just be the best version of yourself. And whether that be just pushing out one piece of content because you've never done that before, or whether that be doing an interclub because you've never done that before, like
Just start
that's
somewhere,
okay. Like those can be your goals. You don't have to go and fight for one championship or, match room. Like you can literally be like the OG of like Woolwich and the best boxer in this area, and that's okay. Like, but just start and do it for yourself.
I don't know why. I feel like we didn't speak enough, but we're like already at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't think we spoke enough, honestly.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your experience with your fighting and your fights and your wins and losses and how it went?
Yeah, so as I said, I've been pro training in London for the last 7 years, but I was also pro training in kickboxing before that in Senegal for 3 years. So 10 years of experience. Within that, I did about 15 interclubs. So interclubs are between the different gyms. So I ranked up kind of my experience with 15 of those interclubs. So I really focused on my skills there. And then I went straight to Notion Pads fight, which is C-class. So I skipped N-class and I did a C-class fight. And then I went straight to Pro-Am. And I fought 10 times now. I have 4 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. Yeah, and so and now I'm fighting pro in Thailand and the UK as well. So I'm ranked number 10 in the UK for 60 kgs.
Would you say it's more difficult in Thailand or here? Like, is it
I
more
think it's a very
competitive?
different style. So like when you're fighting in the UK, it's very aggressive and it's very high paced. And there's just such a different style in Thailand. So Thailand is very much about calm and timing and staying calm under pressure, but it's not aggressive. It's very much an art in Muay Thai in Thailand. Whereas here it's very much like, it's still a fight in Thailand, obviously, but there's just a different timing and cadence to the sport. In the UK, it's very, very aggressive and high impact.
Is it? Do you think it's
High stakes.
more about like actually skill in Thailand than more about kind of just winning here? Like obviously that doesn't mean that it's
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't really know how to answer that. I feel like it's just a completely different style of fighting. You know, in Muay Thai, it's very traditional Thai. But even if you fight the foreigners in Thailand, like they still have the same aggressive style that I'm talking about. So it's just the style is different. I don't think it's necessarily about racking up wins and stuff here. I still think people have really good level of skill here. It's just, again, like the cadence and style is so different. Like you might like attack a lot more in the UK against the foreign fighters, but when you go to Thailand, you're hanging back a bit more and you're like timing your kicks and you're, you know, and you're really focused on the points. Like I'm gonna throw a middle kick over punching because punching doesn't get me many points, you know. You really focus on the technique, I would say. Yeah.
I said that's better though. Instead of just like punching and getting all your energy out, just do the right thing. You know?
Yeah, do the right thing with the right timing.
Yeah.
Be smarter. I think it's like, they fight really different style there.
I mean, it's called martial arts for a reason.
Yeah,
So just,
exactly.
you just cooked that up in your head.
Let me throw that one in there.
You tried to sneak one in. Oh my god. A new command, this guy is so funny. Okay. Okay.
we are on the end of our
Coming to the
episode,
end.
guys. Yeah.
But we have a little gift for you.
Oh, what's the gift? I should have brought
We
you.
have a Fight for Peace t-shirt.
Oh, thank
I
you.
hope you like
so
it.
much. Yes, I do. I love it. Oh my god. Thank you. It's so cute.
Hope it fits though. What size is it?
It's perfect. Yeah, it'll fit for sure.
Oh.
That's fine. Thank you
Baggy
so much.
fit. It's okay.
It's very cute.
It's like, you know, you can sleep in it.
Yeah.
And like,
You can fight in it.
and train in it.
I'll take it everywhere I go.
Just carry it around in your little
Yeah.
It's memory.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah. Thank you
And
so much for having
really
me. It
enjoyed
was
this
really
talk.
fun.
Definitely.
It was definitely different than what I expected.
Oh,
and
what were
in a
you
good
expecting?
way.
What were you expecting?
Just like a very like more but I just like I like this. It's more chill and like you guys are really cool. So thank you.
you were expecting something more serious, I think.
No, like more like I don't know. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but this was awesome.
Well, thank you so
I'm
much. We
glad.
appreciate you being here. For anyone interested in obviously the conversation and what we've just talked about, anyone looking up to you, where can they find you?
Yeah, so I'm super active on Instagram. My 2 handles are Nilmi_S, which is my personal Instagram as a fighter Instagram. And my brand is Nilmi Fight League, so at Nilmi Fight League or at Nilmi_S. And then I have a website where I promote fighters. I'm selling my, my fight gear, which is nilmifightleague.com. So yeah, people can connect and check it out.
Okay.
If they're interested. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We have one last question for you. So you have one shout, and everybody in the world can hear you. What would you say?
What would you shout? What would you scream?
Something you want everybody to know.
I would just tell everyone to ignore the noise and just be yourself. That's it. Ignore the
In one
noise
shout, okay.
and be yourself as loud as I can. Tell people. That's all I want people to know. You know?
Definitely.
That's it.
Because I feel like some people actually think more about what other people are going to think about themselves instead of just going forward.
Exactly.
Just go for it. Like,
go for it.
cares.
Be yourself. Focus on yourself. Ignore everything else. If you have a goal in mind, just go for it and just stop worrying about anything anyone says about your goal, because it doesn't matter. And in 5 years, whatever you do now, no one's going to remember it. So it doesn't matter. Like, just do it.
Yeah, I feel like.
And with boxing as well, there's a timing. So if you start being seen and you start being known in the boxing world, like, just go for it. Get on every single promotion you can, push out as much media as you can. Be yourself, stay true to yourself, show them who you are, and just go for it. Because in 5 years, no one's going to remember you.
Yeah. No, but it's true.
But you will, though, in the shower.
Yeah.
Saying,
The podcast took a turn, but we're here now.
You know, you're bad memories when they come back. It's just like, why did I do that? Maybe this is
Why
one of
would
the
you say
moments. Anyways,
This
guys.
is a change. Yeah, this is
Anyways,
the turning
guys.
point.
Anyways.
You guys have been listening to Lutapod, the podcast that proves sport isn't just for the boys.
If you didn't know that before,
You definitely do now.
Make sure you put down your thoughts in the comments and watch our other episodes and come back for the next season.
And make sure you answer the questions that we had.
Yeah, the last question
last-
you asked our guest. Goodbye.
Bye, guys!